Hello students, today in this session we will study our new chapter Long Walk to Freedom, and this is a class 10th first flight book, Nelson Mandela's Long Walk to Freedom. This is his Nelson Mandela's autobiography. So this is a very powerful, this chapter is a very powerful speech. It contains some of very powerful lines spoken by Nelson Mandela. So, after a long struggle, how he gained freedom for the entire country and also became the first black president, where was the domination of the whites and the black people, they were bullies, have not given basic rights. So, this is chapter about the discrimination between the blacks and the whites. So when we read the chapter, we first get the word apartheid. So apartheid is a political system that separates people according to the race. Can you say which of the three countries named below had such a political system until very recently? United States of America, South Africa and Australia. So this chapter is the extract from the Long Walk to Freedom book, and it includes the description of the inauguration ceremony and citations from his speech and about his journey, about the Nelson Mandela journey to being a freedom fighter. Here the word apartheid referred to the discrimination between people on the basis of their race and color. It was one of the most brutal societies in which dark-skinned people were deprived of their basic rights. So when we read the chapter, we found that this lesson is all about a powerful speech of Nelson Mandela. And just as this Nelson Mandela, he was the freedom fighter. He was also known as the father of the nation of Africa. So here in the next paragraph, it is asked, have you heard of Nelson Mandela? Mandela and his African National Congress spent a lifetime fighting against apartheid. Mandela had to spend 30 years in prison. Finally, democratic elections were held in South Africa in 1994. In which year these democratic elections were held? 1994. The first democratic elections were held in 1994 in South Africa. And Mandela has become the first black president of a new nation. In this extract from his autobiography, Long Walk to Freedom, Mandela speaks about a historic occasion, the inauguration. So this chapter is all about a powerful speech of Nelson Mandela on the beginning of the celebration of a free country. Okay, move to the next paragraph. So Mandela becomes South Africa's first black president. Nelson Mandela has become South Africa's first black president after more than 3 centuries of white rule, the supremacy of whites over the blacks. So in this chapter, when we read, after a long struggle, how Nelson Mandela gained freedom, because blacks have not the legal rights. And Mr. Mandela's African National Congress Party won 252 of the 400 seats in the first democratic election of the South Africa's history. So in this inauguration ceremony took place in the Union Building Amphitheatre in Pretoria, today attended by politicians and dignitaries from more than 140 countries around the world. So many people, many politicians, many respected countries, more than 140s, they came and joined and attended the inauguration ceremony, where it took place. So it took place in the Union Building Amphitheatre in Pretoria. What is amphitheatre? So amphitheater is a building without a roof, with many rows of seats rising in steps. So this is a very powerful speech, and it contains some of very powerful lines spoken by Nelson Mandela. After long struggle, how he gained freedom for the entire country, it has been described by himself here. So in his speech, never, never again will this beautiful land experience the oppression of one by another. And it was a great achievement. Credit goes to this person who worked tirelessly because blacks were completely rejected, said Nelson Mandela in his address. Jubilant scene on the street of Pretoria, followed by a ceremony and with blacks, whites and colored celebrating together. So this was a very jubilant scene. It was a very delighted scene that was on the street of Pretoria, and followed by the ceremony with blacks, whites and colored celebrating together. So blacks were that time blacks were completely rejected, and they were not given any rights. They were treated like animals, bullies, tortured, subjugated, and that was the practice of racial discrimination. So when after getting the freedom, they all get together, they all came gathered and for the celebrating of their inauguration ceremony, their freedom. So this is and all the peoples with blacks, whites and colored, there was not discrimination, and because of celebration of their free nation of their freedom, they come together. More than 1 lakh South African men, women and children of all races sang and danced with joy. They all were very grateful, they all were enjoyed and they were happy of their freedom. 10th May dawned bright and clear. For the past few days, I had been pleasantly besieged by dignitaries and the world leader who were coming to pay. So here he was very grateful, and it was a very great achievement on the 10th May. So all the people were together for celebration this newborn freedom and achievement. So there was no domination. So this is a symbol of equality. The people came on. Here the writer has written the 10th May, and it was autumn day. Because 10th May, the autumn day, because it was lovely day and a great change that had been happened in the history of South Africa, and he was with his daughter Janani. So he was by dignitaries, he was surrounded, he had been pleasantly besieged by dignitaries, by respected and the world leaders who were coming to pay their respect before the inauguration. The inauguration would be the largest gathering ever of international leaders on South African soil. The ceremonies took place this lovely sandstone amphitheater formed by the Union Building in Pretoria. So where it was formed by Union Building in Pretoria. For decades, this had been the seat of white supremacy. So who governed before the freedom? There was the supremacy of whites. And now it was the site of the rainbow gathering of different colored and nation for the installation of South Africa's first democratic and non-racial government. So this is the newborn liberty. Previously it was not there. It was bondage. There was all kind of barrier and other kind of discrimination. So here after there it became the non-racial democratic country. After getting freedom, this nation became non-racial and democratic country. And on the lovely autumn day, I was accompanied by my daughter Janani on the podium. Mr. de Klerk was the first sworn as the second deputy president. Then Thabo Mbeki was sworn in as the first deputy president. When it was my turn, I pledged to uphold the constitution and to devote myself to the well-being for the republic and its people. So when he, after getting the freedom, he took oath, and when on this the lovely autumn day, here the lovely autumn day, because it was a lovely day and a great change that had been happened in the history of South Africa, and he was with his daughter Janani. So here Mr. de Klerk first sworn as a second deputy president, Thabo Mbeki sworn first deputy president, and when his turn came, he pledged to obey and uphold the constitution, to devote himself to the well-being for the great achievement of the republic, for the well-being, for the welfare of the republic and its people. Okay. To the assembled guest and the watching world, I said, today all of us do by our presence here confer glory and hope to newborn liberty. So this is a newborn liberty, because previously it was not there, it was bondage, there was all kind of barriers and all kinds of discrimination. Out of experience of an extraordinary human disaster that lasted too long, must be born a new society of which all humanity will be proud. So we who were outlaws not so long ago have today been given the rare privilege to be host of the nation of the world. So who were outlaws because of its policy of apartheid, discrimination between the blacks and whites. So many countries had earlier broken off diplomatic relation with South Africa. And here there was a freedom from restriction. And this nation was the outlaws not so long ago have today been given the rare privilege, but now today after getting freedom, they all are giving the privilege to be the host to the nation of the world on our own soil, our own land of South Africa. We thank all of our distinguished international guests for having come to take possessions with the people of our country of what is, after all, a common victory for justice, for peace, for human dignity. We have at last achieved our political emancipation. Political emancipation means freedom from restriction. So we all had succeeded. We all get the achievement. This was a new achievement, and this achievement was freedom from restriction. So here we pledge ourselves to liberate all our people from the continuing bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender and other discrimination. So this demonstration, and this is a newborn liberty that South African people has achieved. That was a very grateful achievement for them. Never, never, never again shall it be that this beautiful land will again experience the oppression of one by another. The sun shall never set on so glorious a human achievement. Let's free reign. God bless Africa. So this is a chapter of a very powerful speech of Nelson Mandela. And when we move to the chapter Long Walk to Freedom, see, long walk actually denotes long struggle for freedom. So after a long struggle, how Nelson Mandela gained freedom. So this is a very beautiful speech, and in his inauguration speech, a few moment later, we all lifted our eyes in awe as a spectacular array of South Africa. So a spectacular array, an impressive display. And this impressive display, it was colorful and attractive. So, of South Africa, jets, helicopters, and troops carrier rode in a perfect formation over the Union building. So here there were it in this lines. Here there was a demonstration of military loyalty to democracy, to a new government that has been free and fairly elected. And this demonstration of military loyalty. Previously, there was the domination of whites, okay, and the military were completely devoted to the whites. And this was the first time military forces were devoted to the democratic country. So that was the change, and that change was a quite revolutionary change. It was not only a display of pinpoint precision military force, but a demonstration of a military loyalty to democracy, to a new government that had been free and fairly elected. Only a moment before, the highest general of South African Defence Force and Police, their chest badged with ribbons and medals from days gone by, saluted me and pledged their loyalty. Here, badged me decorated with ribbons. So this was a movement previously. That was the not movement. They were not given respected. They did not salute the Africans, the blacks. Now the time has been changed. They saluted to Nelson Mandela and placed their loyalty. So that the change was a quite revolutionary, and jets were moving. It was unmindful of the fact that not so many years before they would not have saluted, but arrested me. Finally, a chevron of Impala jets left a smoke trail of the black, red, green, blue, and gold of a new South African flag. So this in this change, in this revolutionary change, jets were moving in the shape of V, and they left a smoke trail of various colors, which was symbol of the African flag. Two national anthems will also be sung. The day was symbolized for me by playing of a national anthem and the vision of white singing. There were two national anthems that has been written here, and black singing the stem and the old anthem for the Republic. So these two national anthem, it symbolize equality. First shows for the whites, and second one shows the blacks. So this is for the national equality. Although that they neither group knew the lyrics of the anthem they once despised, they would soon know the word by heart. On the day of inauguration, I was overwhelmed with a sense of history. So in the beginning, the people were very confused. They didn't understood the meanings of the lyrics of the national anthem. But once they despised, they understood, and they started to know, and they after that they soon understood, they soon know the world by heart. One day on the day of inauguration, and he was overwhelmed by with the sense of history. Move to the next paragraph. In the first decade of the 20th century, a few years after the bitter Anglo-Boer War and before my own birth, the white-skinned people of South Africa patched up their differences and erected a system of racial domination against dark-skinned people of their own land. So in this chapter, when we read it, we find the South Africa, a man of color who attempted to live as a human being, was punished and isolated. And there was erected a racial system of racial domination against the dark-skinned people of their own. So this had been completely abolished after getting freedom. The structure they created formed the basis of one of the harshest, most inhuman societies the world has ever known. Now, in the last decade of the 20th century and my own 8 decades as a man, that system had been overturned forever and replaced by one that recognized the rights and freedom of all people regardless of the color of skin. So in South Africa, a man who tried to fulfill his duty to his people was inevitably ripped. Means their rights were taken away. And they were taken away from his family and his home and was forced to live as life apart. So a twilight existence of secrecy and the rebellion. So this happened when this nation, the South Africa, was ruled by the whites. There was white supremacy. That day had come about through the unimaginable sacrifice of thousands of my people, whose suffering and courage can never be counted and repaid. So he said, he quote, that in the beginning he chose his people above from his family, and that was the prevented from the fulfilling his obligation as a son, brother, and a father and a husband. He was common human being like us. So what he had sacrificed his life for the sake of their country. The people who suffered the policy of apartheid would take years to recover from the deep hurt. The period of struggle, however, did produce by many people. Many people have sacrificed their lives. They cannot be counted. They cannot be repaid. So here this lesson gives us an overview of the struggle of Nelson Mandela for making the society with no discrimination on the basis of their colors, caste, race, age or gender. So this is a great achievement of Nelson Mandela. And here he says about the other countless people who fought for their country. They can never be counted, they can never be repaid. Their sacrifice cannot be paid because they lost their lives for the sake of their country. So students, now from here I will stop and it will be continued to the next session. So read it well, properly understood. Thank you.